I don't want to get into a debate on the penalty calls or anything like that. I thought, you know, I don't want to debate on. I don't want to get into debate on all the individual calls. You know what I mean? Trying to make a hard play, obviously. You know, the ref saw it that it was a penalty, and that's the call that he made.
I don't think the question is so much about the validity of the penalty itself, whether it was out of frustration as opposed to one of the so-called hard-working penalties.
Yeah.
Trying to even the score for the hit Marchand had on him earlier.
Well, there's probably a little bit of that there. At that time of game, I'd rather make a different choice. I'll leave it at that.
So on the Boston's 2 second period goals, how much of that was just effort and outworking you guys on those 2 goals, and how much of that was due to the fact that you had iced the puck and you're having to come back and maybe had some tired guys out there?
Both stem from icings that we'd like to avoid, and then they're different plays from there. One's a face-off play that we get beat off the wall to a puck in the middle of the rink, and then the second one is a coverage out of a scrum on the half wall in our zone, and we have 4 guys in on that pile, and we should have 3 on the pile and 2 on the outside of it.
When the disallowed goal, did you get an explanation right away on that?
Well, not right away, but I did get the explanation on it. Yes.
Like after the period or something?
Yeah, at the appropriate time. I mean, the refs aren't going to. They're not supposed to come right over after a call like that. So, they follow the process the right way.
Dave, when you go through a stretch like this,
if you're asking about it, for me, it's a good goal on the ice. It's an awful close play when I look at it. I'm biased to our side, obviously, but I think it's one of those that's too close to overturn. They felt differently on it, and that's the call that they made.
You might have seen him clip him, but he was pretty close to being out of the crease. Is that what you saw?
There's a lot. I don't want to get into the details of it. That's what I felt. I don't want to get into the details of why I felt that way. Okay. I don't want to get into a referendum on.
Details, because the rules kind of.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to get into it. That's not my main. I'm not trying to avoid it. That's not the part of this game that we control. Okay, so I'll answer the questions on the things that we do control.
Dave, when you're going through a stretch like this, do you have to balance between pulling the positives out of the game and accentuating some of the negatives without having the players feel that negativity? You know what I mean?
I think you got to do both. I mean, you got to deal with things straight up as they are. Got to deal with them, directly and evenly, and that's the only approach.
What was the thought process in the third
benching? Well, he wasn't benched. He did get on the ice, but that ice time is a little bit earned as well in terms of. We put together a unit that could allow us to switch up the matchup against Bergeron, obviously to free up Coots' line a little bit more on that. And then the mix was put together after that, with kind of a top 9 in mind and a bottom 3. And TK was in the bottom 3 at that point in time.
Well, it seems like you guys have tried just about everything. Is the point where you're really having a hard time finding answers of what's wrong right now?
Yeah. I think now we're just squeezing our sticks. We're not. We just gotta figure it out here. We've worked hard to kind of figure it out, and we will figure it out. It's just need that first win so we can have a little breather, and it's not a good time right now, and we need to figure it out soon.
Guys say working hard but not working smart. Can you run a little credence as to what exactly that means?
Yeah, I think we're trying too hard. I mean, we're trying to make the extra play, we're not focusing on our job, and we're just trying to do too much, and it's just what's going on right now. It's we got to do our job. We got to simplify it, and everything will be fine. Can't be forcing it too much.
a couple of icings and a lost face-off and a battle on the boards, you know, end up ultimately in your net there. I mean, can you look at some, you know, is it a structural thing, is the team getting off system at certain points?
No. We feel pretty confident in our system and our structure and the way we play. It's just like I said, we get the puck now, and we don't mentally we're not making the right decisions. We're just trying to force it or make the extra play, and instead of just keeping it simple.
Obviously, the goaltender interference was pretty big, a big juncture of this game. I mean, what did you see from your end? I mean, from the replays, it didn't look like there was anything really close to Wayne's interfering.
No, I saw it quick. I mean, Simmer's not even close to the crease, but I guess I didn't really see it, but I think he touched the goalie, his mask or something, and I mean it's a goal that we needed at that time, and if we come back 3-1 after the second, we obviously felt better about ourselves, but at the end of the day, it's not one play that made us lose this game.
Did you get a sort of a satisfactory explanation on the ice, or is that just the answer is it's a replay decision?
They looked at it. They looked at it pretty long, and they thought it was. So I think it's there's no we don't have to keep thinking about it or talking about it. We just got to move on. So that's what we did there.
This team to the point where in the first period there were a few things that happened that could have been sparks with a game that nobody had scored in yet. Between Wayne's fight, Groverov had a big hit, I think, and typically that sparks something.
Yeah, no, we had guys that did things that get the momentum on our side. I mean, anytime Wayne drops the gloves, it's always gives us a little momentum, and he's going to battle every game. So it's it was a good fight. Just couldn't build on it.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice to get a couple of practices in. Obviously, when you're playing so much, you're just getting out there to get a little sweat, and you can't do too many things. So you got to take advantage of these times, and it's been good. I think we've had a couple of good practices and ready to go tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be careful. You don't want to work too hard you don't want to blow it all in practice. But you definitely have to fine-tune those details, especially when we're in a little funk right now. And it's going to be another big challenge against Boston. They're playing well as of late, and they're a big body team that puts a lot of pucks to the net. So we have to weather their storm and then bring a storm of our own.
Well, with the results, sometimes you want to get back into it, but our team needed a day off. We were coming off of a tired hockey game, I think mentally and physically, coming out of 5 and 8, and it's hard to go into a 3-day break with the results that we're sitting on. Yet we needed that time. We needed that day off. We had a great work day yesterday. We had a real good, sharp practice today. And now we have to be able to turn that into a real good performance and push tomorrow at 1 o'clock in our game tomorrow.